In international news, new polling data indicates that Russia is poised to interfere in the midterm elections. That's right, Mac. A 2-point Republican lead suggests the outcome of the midterm elections is almost certainly going to be Russian interference. It's looking that bad, huh? I'm afraid so. In fact, the data suggests this may be the worst Russian interference we've seen since 1938, when Republicans gained 8 seats. Truly sobering. How many seats are we expecting Russian interference to cost us this time? We don't know for sure. Democrats are still ahead in places like New York and Illinois, suggesting that those states are going to have the most secure elections in all of history. But we'll only know that for sure based on who wins. Fascinating. At this point, what can be done to protect our democracy? Simple grassroots measures like campaigning, voting, having every major news outlet and social media company come together to suppress stories about Hunter Biden can all ensure more free and fair elections. Good to know. Coming up after the break, mo money, mo problems. Top 10 reasons another Great Depression might be just what your family needs. Become a member at freedomtunes.com for exclusive.
Welcome to the Real News with Mark Velchik. Hey guys, my show today is a heck of a lot better than I was hoping that I thought would happen, because I did not trust the Democrats. I think they would try to cheat, because weeks leading up to the midterms, they're like, oh, watch out for the Republicans to cheat and all this. But you know what? I think they're kind of cheating in Arizona. They're saying their voting machines ran out of ink, they run out of paper. Guys, come on, Arizona. You knew this midterm election was coming. You knew that it was coming, the election. So whoever didn't do the ordering of the paper or the ink should be fired, or just get rid of them. So I checked before I came on, the whole Kyrie Lake, it hasn't been called yet for Katie Hobbs or Kyrie Lake, but I'm thinking there's some nefarious things going down in Arizona, because they are scared of Kyrie Lake. They're scared of her because they know she's kind of like Donald Trump, and so she's gonna not take any bull off anybody. So we'll see what is going on with Arizona. Ron DeSantis, oh, it was beautiful. Ron by 20, I think he won by 20%. Kick the crap out of that Democrat down there. And what's that tell you? Democrats, if you're having a chance to watch my show, what does that tell you? It tells you that people are sick and tired of the woke crap that you guys are pushing around America. They're tired of really tired of the COVID crap that went down. And if you guys remember, Ron DeSantis says, we're not doing masks. We're not shutting things down. We're going to open up. And you know what? The people in Florida, they're going to live their lives. And as you see, with the voting last night with DeSantis, he whooped ass. And if you go down to Miami-Dade County, I saw a video today that, they were talking about it last night, but I saw it today, that they were surprised that Marco Rubio whooped some ass down there too. And they're like, well, we got those Latino votes. I mean, they did. If you look, back in 2016, they had the votes. They were total Democrat down there voting, and now the Latinos are like, well, we're not voting for you. We're going to vote for this Marco Rubio. And Beto O'Rourke, he lost. He's a loser. Big freaking loser. I forget the other lady's name. She lost for the 3rd time. That's hilarious. Stacey Abrams, she just needs to go home. Beto O'Rourke needs to go home. And so it was kind of hilarious last night, and I saw a guy talk about, oh, the Republicans stole it. Come on. We didn't steal it. People are just tired of your bull crap. So if I had a celebration, if streamers today, I should have brought them and had a big old party of how a lot of Democrats lost last night. And J.D. Vance, I heard Officer Tatum talking last night saying that J.D. Vance is going to get his tail kicked. Well, he didn't get his tail kicked. He kicked the other guy's tail. Max Miller won. Another Trump candidate won last night. So it was great. I did see Donald Trump come out and kind of take a shot at Ron DeSantis, but That's Donald Trump, and I'm not sure if Ron DeSantis and Donald Trump are going to run against each other in 2024. If they do, it's going to be interesting, and it's going to kind of be, I don't know, because I kind of like Trump and I kind of like Ron DeSantis. So we'll just see in 2024 what's going to happen. I think the Democrats are probably going to make a lot of trouble for the next couple months until the transition of everybody, all the Republicans coming into the House. But let me get into, I loved last night, and I know a lot of people are celebrating and happy. And maybe this might be a glimmer of us getting out of this bull crap that's going on. And maybe, in 2024, maybe we can get a Republican in there, and then maybe a lot of this crap that's going on will be fixed, and American people will be able to get back to a life and just a lot better than what it is right now, because right now it's really bad. But I want to get into this Kyrie Irving. Kyrie, my last show, I talked about Kyrie. He had posted an Alex Jones video, and the reporter was giving him a hard time for that. And that's just Kyrie's opinion. Well, now, since my last show, Kyrie posted on his Twitter about a book and a movie, a documentary that came out talking about how black people are the true heirs, like how they say Jews are the God's people. They're saying the black people in this book and documentary are God's people, and the Jews are not the true heirs. I can't think of the word. But anyways, and I guess I never watched the documentary or the book or anything, but I guess in this documentary they go against against the Jews a lot and anti-Semitic crap, and they're like coming after Kyrie for that, and he's not wrong. Let me clarify before you guys think I'm anti-Semitic and all that. But there are people in our country, in our world, that control a lot of things. And there might be in the Jewish ascent, but that does not mean that all Jews are bad and all Jews are controlling everything and the Jews are evil. No, I don't believe that. I think that there are people and nefarious people that are running the media and but I don't think we should group all the Jews into that. Now, it's kind of like saying if you see a gang, like the Crips or the Bloods and a bunch of black people, you can't group all the black people into that all black people sell drugs to their people and all black people are criminals. You can't do that. So I see what Kyrie and Kanye West are saying, but they're just not saying it the right way to get their point across. But I do think it's funny that they canceled Kanye West, took everything away from him. Nike is coming after Kyrie. Well, we're not going to do business with you. Well, what the heck, Phil Knight? You have slave labor in China. There's little Chinese children making your Nikes. But you're going to get upset about Kyrie Irving saying something about the Jewish people or believe that black people or believe whatever he believes. But you know what it also comes down to? He's allowed to have an opinion. This is America. I have opinions. Other people watching my show have opinions. Everybody has an opinion. And it doesn't mean you have to agree with that opinion or cancel that person because they have an opinion. They have a different opinion than you. I think it's kind of ridiculous. So I think it's kind of crazy that everybody's getting upset by Kanye West and everybody's getting upset by Kyrie Irving. But they're not worrying about Jeffrey Epstein and his freaking island and all the freaking little children that he flew over there and all the crap that he did. No, they don't want to worry about what Jeffrey Epstein did. We're going to worry about what Kyrie Irving and Kanye West does. And if I owned an NBA team, I would pick up Kyrie Irving and put him on my team. Because you know what? He's allowed to have his opinions. I don't have to agree with them. Or no, but that's what it is in America. So that's all I wanted to say about Kyrie. But another thing came out since my last show, and it was a story written from the Atlantic. And you guys might, if you guys been paying attention, you might know where I'm going. In the Atlantic, this lady wrote let's declare a pandemic amnesty. Emily Oster, whatever her name is, last name, wrote this. But the funny thing is about this, let's just declare pandemic amnesty. I'm sorry for what I've done to you and what I've said. But you know what? You're the same dang gum lady that wrote an article in the Atlantic saying if you're unvaccinated, I hope you die. So you know what? I'll forgive you because Jesus tells me to. But your pandemic amnesty, and it's not going to work because my slogan is never forget what they did to you. You know, you want a pandemic amnesty. Well, you know what? For them 2 years, Emily Oster and everybody else, and the government shut us down, locked us down. They're trying to get us, telling that we need COVID passports to go eat, COVID passports to go to a grocery store, a COVID passport to fly. You know, wear this cloth mask that the CDC the CDC says that it doesn't even work. It doesn't, keep you safe. You know, there's a lot of things that happen, and I don't think the amnesties can happen because I really do think that the people behind COVID-19, because we all know it didn't come from the fish market, and it didn't come from bats. It might have came from bats, but it came honestly from a lab to shut down our country, to cause so many problems that we're still seeing in 2022. So this pandemic amnesty is not going to happen. I think that Dr. Fauci and everybody else behind this needs to be held for crimes against humanity. Because if you honestly think about it, during this COVID lockdown and all the COVID bullcrap that we went through, another reason why DeSantis kicked ass in Florida is because of this, because of what you guys were doing. And people are tired of it. You know, you guys shut down our businesses. Amazon, Walmart, all of them could be open. But if you're a mom and pop store, you're out of business. Sorry, who gives a crap about you? You can't go to church. You're not allowed to go to church. You can't, if your husband, your wife, your grandma, your grandpa, whoever got sick with COVID and was gonna die, you were not allowed to go see them. And you want a pandemic amnesty? I don't think so. Because we do not forget what you've done to us. We'll forgive you, and if some people might not want to, but you know what? As a Christian, I'll try my best to forgive you, but I think you still need to be held. Like I said, crimes for humanity. There are people at funerals that sit 6 feet apart while the widow is sitting there, crying. Nobody to comfort her. But we're going to worry about we're going to worry about a stupid thing that has 99.9% recovery rate. You know, we didn't shut down the country for the pig flu or H1N1. You know, and I lived through that, and I still went to the fair. They didn't have the pigs there, but I still went to the fair. And I still lived my life, and everybody else in America lived their life. And I think that was a test run to see, and it didn't work. So I think it's funny that they're trying to tuck their tails, beneath their legs and say, well, I'm sorry for what I've done. You know, in this Atlantic, she talks about how when she went to her family, because she couldn't do anything because everything was locked down, that they would go for hikes. And they'd be like, they would walk in the line, and the person in the front would raise their hand when they see somebody coming, and then they would make sure they have a mask on. And she said, and once when another child got too close to my 4-year-old son on a bridge, he yelled at her social distancing. You know, these precautions were totally misguided. You think so? You think so, Emily? I think it was. And I think a lot of crap that you guys did to us is showing up in Florida, and it's going to keep showing up. And I think it's going to keep showing up as elections go on. In 2024, there's going to be tons of people voting these Democrats out, because these Democrats are the reasons why we went through a lot of this crap. You know, so, but the one thing, because I don't want to get too fired up, but I mean my point is that you knew what you were doing when COVID hit the world. You knew what you were doing, and there's a lot of things that they test run in America with the passports. Well, that didn't work out, so they garbaged that. You know, there was times that they were saying that unvaccinated people need to be in camps. You know what? There's camps in Australia. There is they're all pretty much a concentration camp in Australia. that if you get COVID, you have to go to this camp, and you get charged for it. It's not like the government is helping you, because you know the government ain't going to help you. There's camps there that you're stuck there. You can't do anything. You're stuck in like a little cabin when you go camping, and you can't do anything. And they have camps there, and there's a lot of things that they tried in America that's not gonna work, because we're gonna stand up against it, as you saw in Florida. And another thing, if you guys heard, and I do, and I think a lot of more Americans need to stand up against this crap that they're trying to pull, and never again. Pretty much come down to a point of never again, never let them pull this crap again, because it only takes a select few. It takes people standing up against this crap that they try to do to us. And we probably should have stood up a longer ago when this first came out. And I understand when it first came out, I was scared too. I didn't know what was going on. But as time went on, I figured it out that this was a bunch of bull crap. So I think I want to encourage you guys out there to stand up against this crap. Don't let them pull this crap again, ever again. Don't let them pull this stuff again to us. Because, there's more, like I saw a video during COVID and all this, that there's more of us than it is of them. There's more of us in America. So we need to stop, Republican, Democrat, black people, white people, that we should hate you guys, and the gays should hate the straights and all that stuff. We should squash that bull crap, because honestly, yes, and I do get caught up in it, because, the Democrats, I'm ticked at them for what they did to us. But we need to stand up against it. And because they know if we do, they're in deep crap. But that's all I got to say about that one. But I do have a great story that I saw about Aldi's. And if you're an Aldi shopper or not, you're going to be an Aldi shopper after I tell you about this story here. Let me get to that page here. Aldi grocery stores. Come on, load here. Aldi's grocery stores returns to Trump-era pricing for Thanksgiving items in a limited time deal. And this is great, guys. This is what it came out November 4th. So about 5 days ago on the Daily Wire. It says Throwback Thursday on a Friday, folks. Aldi grocery store announced this week that for a limited time only, it will be selling Thanksgiving items at 2019 prices, back from when good old President Donald Trump was president. Providing amazing products at the absolute lowest prices is what we have always done. And we know right now that's more important than ever, Aldi President Dave Orlando said in a statement. The company noted shoppers can look for the Thanksgiving Price Rewind icon in their local ad and throughout the store for extra savings in order to save the big bucks. According to one market research firm, the average Thanksgiving meal would be roughly 13.5% more expensive this year compared to 2021. Orlando claimed, "We expect to welcome tens of millions of customers in our stores this Thanksgiving season, and we want them to know they can count on us. So why not attempt that additional side dish this year, or invite over a few more friends or family members? You can rest easy knowing Aldi has your back this Thanksgiving and beyond." That's more comfort than President Joe Biden has to offer for Americans at the grocery store. That is so true. Biden claimed that inflation was no biggie. That's why Democrats lost last night, because of this crap. It's no biggie. There's no big deal that you're suffering. Because people can just buy other Raisin Bran instead of brand name. Well, maybe we don't want to buy Raisin Bran. Joey, go have a pudding. Goodness. Not a joke. By the way, Biden said in late October, the main driver of food prices is not the price of beef and eggs, etc. Although they're up, it's packaged goods and packaged good. It's at twice. So people will change their buying habits, he continued. You're going to see people not buying Kellogg's Raisin Bran, Biden added. You're going to see them buying other Raisin Bran, which is going to be $1 cheaper. In 2021, prior to the so-called Putin price hike, raisin prices were still plaguing America. On July 21st of 21, the Biden administration bragged that Americans could save a whopping 16 cents on a July 4th barbecue. No, nothing sounds as great as a meal comprised of potato chips, ground beef, pork chops, sliced cheese, and baked beans, and washed down with some lemonade and vanilla ice cream for dessert. If you can't afford a 23% increase on turkeys this year, then maybe you can buy some boxed cereal instead. Whatever the case, just remember that this is apparently the price we all have to pay to save democracy in Ukraine. That's a whole nother thing about Ukraine. We should shut down any foreign aid for the next 10 years. And we're about Americans. We're about the homeless that are in California. The homeless that is, 2-3 blocks away from the White House. We should maybe help them, maybe help the homeless, maybe help the cities in California. That poor guy, there's one guy who's a $2 billion richer in California. Maybe this guy, if he's smart, if he had political aspirations, if I was him, I would come out and say, you know what, I'm going to fix this homeless problem in San Francisco or this homeless problem in California. I'm going to build, with the money I just got from the lottery, I'm going to build a building and to help the homeless. Because our politicians can't do it. This guy, he probably would really move up in political arena if he did that. And if I lived in California, which I wouldn't have, but if I did, I would do that, and that would move me up to political ranks. I love it. But I get into this, guys. All these, if you really honestly think about it from a business aspect, all these is taking a hit. All these is going to take a big giant hit to have prices back in 2019. They're going to lose a lot of money. But this is what businesses should do. This is what Americans having Americans' backs. And this is great. And I love Aldi's. I've been shopping at Aldi's. I got my Aldi's quarter. Don't mess with my Aldi's quarter. If you guys know, you know. But I love that Aldi's grocery store is doing this. It's a big giant... they're taking a big hit on their business. And they know that. There's not like, oh, we're going to see how it goes. No, they're going to take a big hit because tons of people are going to shop at Aldi's then instead of shopping at Giant Eagle, Bueller's, Walmart, whatever. They're going to be going to Aldi's. And I love that Aldi's did this. And I'm glad that they were looking out for us. A company that's looking out for American people. So it's great. So guys, if you're worried about Thanksgiving and about getting a turkey or getting, having enough food, I will go check out Aldi's because you might be able to get the stuff that you need so you can have your Aunt Alice over or your uncle over or, be able to have a Thanksgiving dinner and see family members that you maybe haven't been able to see because of the COVID thing and because of prices of food and here in America. So guys, I encourage you guys, I will check out Aldi's. If you're looking for, if you're one of the people in your family that has to get some food for Thanksgiving, like us, somebody's cooking the turkey in our family, and the rest of the family brings over, fixings and stuff. So if you guys are worried about that, I will check out all these stores and what the prices are, because I'm telling you, it's going to be a heck of a lot better than what you see here, what you see going to Walmart and whatever. But the other thing I was thinking about, you might be longer lines, and there might be, might be shortages on food, on the stuff, because so many people are there. But I would say be patient, and I know Aldi's is not, they planned that out too. So I will check out Aldi's, and I love that the Republicans whooped some ass last night because these Democrats are useless and they need to go. So guys, that was my show, The Real News, and that's pretty much all I have to say about anything today. So you guys have a great day.
You are watching WCTV, Wadsworth Community Television.